Welcome to the world famous Bluebird Cafe right here in Nashville, Tennessee. We're glad to see you. I hope everybody got in. For those of you that are still standing outside, we hope you still get in. How many first timers do we have tonight? Okay, well that's interesting because that's not a lot, and I'm going to tell you why. Usually this room is pretty much 90% tourists, and we love that. We love to have you guys, but tonight is a special night here at the Bluebird. It's a little bit different. Might not seem too different to you all listening, but for those of us that are here playing, it's a real special night. We're here to honor a guy who was the quintessential songwriter for most of the songwriters you meet in this town. Most of them will tell you he was one of the first people that they met. His name is C.J. Watson, and he was a great songwriter and a good person and a good friend. And he passed away a couple of weeks ago and left a big hole in this town. And we're trying to just have a good night tonight and remember him and celebrate him. And
we've got a seat for him right here.
He's sitting right here, the fifth chair for CJ. And you're going to hear some stories about him tonight, most of them favorable. You're going to hear a lot of his songs tonight. We've basically got a three-person round. I know you're counting four and thinking my math is off, but I'll explain it. We're doing a three-person round tonight because we're going to have a dedicated chair for guests. And some of the guests we're going to bring up are some of CJ's co-writers, friends, people that he mentored, people that loved him. So we got just a special night of music that's going to have more guests than usual. And I hope y'all will enjoy it. You'll get to hear a lot of different people, which is an unusual thing for a round here at the Bluebird. So I'm going to stop talking for now. I'll probably talk some more later. You'll hear some stories about CJ, and you can hear a lot of great songs. And I'm pleased to be in the round tonight with a couple of very good people, great songwriters, good friends of CJ's. We're going to start right now. To my left, I can't think of a better way to start with this than with this guy. I mean, he'll set the bar super high, and we'll just do our best to hang on.
Start out with a non-CJ song, too.
Yeah, starting out, well, there's going to be a lot of non-CJ songs up here. I mean, that's just fine. We're all friends of his. We all love him, and we all kind of embody his spirit. So here to my left, the amazing Tom Bresch.
Thanks so much. I know this is a CJ night, and this first song I'm going to do is a song that was written by me and a girl that was an ex-pelvic affiliate of mine for about 10 years. A lot of you know her. Her name was Lisa Carver.
Carvey.
And Carvey said to me one night, she said, "Hey, Bresch, I want you to do your thing on this song. I only got a chorus written and do some of that thumb-picking stuff on it." I said, "Well, okay." So we made this song up, and the reason I bring her up is she's the one that introduced me to CJ. And I met CJ, well, not too much longer than after she and I started going together. I think I met him at the Girls with Guitars Christmas show, and we were all in drag. CJ had a beautiful dress on, wonderful eye makeup, as I recall. Rob Wolf, all hair, in a
Cross-dressing for Christmas.
Oh, boy, yeah, Cross-Dressing for Christmas. That was CJ's song, yeah. He says, "I want to be your little ho, ho, ho." Anyway, enough of that. I'll tell you more about CJ as time goes by here. So this is a song Carvey and I wrote called Cookie Jar. This is for you guys out there. If you get in trouble, you got to remember this song. Well, I never said your head was chock full of rocks. I'm just goosey as a gator since Cookie came to stay. Slip around at night in my sleepers and my socks. I never thought you was my cousin anyway. Hey, hey, hoochie la laddie, don't you know I wasn't born yesterday? You got your hand called in the cookie jar, daddy. And it's too late to sweet talk, slowly back away. Hey, hey. Well, the peanut butter thin mint, raspberry thumbprint, Oreo, chocolate chip, chow mein noodle, sweet tooths up, tooths, old tricks again. It's hard to lie with a mouth full of snickerdoodle. Hey, hey, hoochie laddie laddie, don't you know I wasn't born yesterday? You got your hand called in the cookie jar, daddy. And it's too late to sweet talk, slowly back away. Well, it really ain't what it looks like. I can swear that it ain't what you think. You know, I've been known to sleepwalk some. Hell, I might have been getting a drink. 'Cause I'm a card-carrying member of the Cosmo Club for Men. And if you let me off the hook this one last time, I swear I'll never do it again. Cross my heart and all that shit. And she said, hey, hey, hoochie laddie laddie, don't you know I wasn't born yesterday? You got your hand called in the cookie jar, daddy. And it's too late to sweet talk, slowly back away. Hey, hey, hoochie laddie laddie, don't you know I wasn't born yesterday? You got your hand called in the cookie jar, daddy. I'm gonna make like a leaf and kindly blow away. Cookie jar. You see that?
And we're out. I would like to introduce a good friend of CJ's who's going to come up now, one of his proteges, a lovely girl from Pensacola Beach, Florida, Miss Nancy Lane Prescott.
How long has it been since I did anything just for me? The stone in my chest said the only thing left was to leave. If I could remember the me before you, I'd ask her what I should do. And who I am now is no one I know. What was I like a lifetime ago? Do I need to be saved? Am I broken or brave? Will I be proud of who I am now? Mama, remind me, who is your sweet little girl? 'Cause I've been the moon for too long and let him be the world. There in the dark I was spinning through time. Tell me how I used to shine. 'Cause who I am now is no one I know. What was I like a lifetime ago? Do I need to be saved? Am I broken or brave? Will I be proud of who I am now? My life is over, but just for a while. Someday I'll look back and smile and say, who I am now is no one I know. What was I like a lifetime ago? Do I need to be saved? Am I broken or brave? Will I be proud of who I am now?
Okay. Wow. That's gonna be. We're gonna get through this all, y'all.
We recorded that at my house a couple months ago.
Wow, it's beautiful. So, I'm sorry. To my right, this is Danny Carroll, y'all. She is CJ's sister from another whatever. I mean, these guys are joined at the hip, best friends, and
He's my writer soulmate.
yeah,
That's what
exactly.
we called each other.
So,
Writer soulmates. But yeah, CJ spent about four days every month. A little known fact, or maybe a well-known fact, I don't. CJ didn't drive, so I would drive out to Bellevue from Spring Hill, pick him up, and we'd have a songwriting powwow at my house every month. Thank you for letting him do that. So cool. We always had a really good time. Lots of stories there. But this is a song that normally he would sing, and it's one of my favorites that we wrote together, and I'm gonna do it for you tonight. Not afraid of the dark. Life is sweet, but that candy can sometimes be hard. I'm not ashamed of my past. No regrets, and it makes better sense looking back. I may have burned a few bridges, regretted a few kisses, always bet it all, whatever cards I hold. But I wouldn't trade the tears I've cried for hard cash or an easy life. Wouldn't even think twice, 'cause I know no rain, no rainbow. Sometimes love is my friend. Other times I hope love never finds me again. And if I keep driving west fast enough, will I see that the sun never sets? I may have burned a few bridges, regretted a few kisses, always bet it all, whatever cards I hold. But I wouldn't trade the tears I've cried for hard cash or an easy life. Wouldn't even think twice, 'cause I know no rain, no rainbow. Sometimes life leaves a stain that only tears wash away, wash away. I may have burned a few bridges, regretted a few kisses, always bet it all, whatever cards I hold. But I wouldn't trade the tears I've cried for hard cash or an easy life. Wouldn't even think twice, 'cause I know no rain, no rain, no rainbow.
Danny Carroll. So Nancy talked about moving up here at CJ's urging, and I'm sure there's dozens, if not hundreds, of people in this town that probably moved up here from CJ's urging, and I'm one of them. I met CJ around the turn of the century. I was still in the very unsavory practice of law at that time, and he had found me on the internet because I was an entertainment lawyer down in Georgia and needed some help setting up a website and an online community called Tunesmith that was a great place for songwriters to meet and find co-writers and share critiques of each other, and just created this world. And I met him while I was setting that up, and wasn't even, I mean, I was writing, but I wasn't like really writing. I was coming up here to pitch clients, and started writing with CJ around then. And actually the first time I played a stage as a songwriter, like performing songwriter, was for CJ at the Broken Spoke. Actually, I think he was at his urging. I went up there and I played. And anyway, so when I started writing more professionally, and I was starting to come up here more often from Georgia, one week out of every month or so, and I had stopped lawyering and was just writing, it was CJ's urging that really put me over the edge, and I decided to move on up here, and I'm glad that I did. I don't unfortunately have a lot of songs I wrote with CJ. We'd get together, and 14 hours later we'd be playing songs for each other, and he'd be smoking cigarettes and taking a break, and I'd be off wherever, and we just didn't get a whole lot of songwriting done, but he became a very good friend of mine, and I'm very grateful for that. So this song is not a song I wrote with CJ, but it is one about where I come from. Don't belong to anyone, but that's alright. I sleep just fine under stars that move with me. My life story started at least 1,000 times. Still trying to get it right. I still have so much to see. I ain't nothing if I ain't free. Been all over, guess I'm a roamer, searching for a song to call me home. But who needs roots if you've got wings? If the past has taught me anything, I'm a North Carolina, New York, Ohio, Florida, California, Georgia girl. Pieces of my heart left like a breadcrumb trail, getting old and stale, but I might trace them back someday. Maybe at peach picking time, or when autumn leaves fire up the Blue Ridge. My bare feet are gonna touch that clay. It's where they're gonna lay me down anyway. I've been all over, guess I'm a roamer, searching for a song to call me home. But who needs roots if you've got wings? If the past has taught me anything, I'm a North Carolina, New York, Ohio, Florida, California, Georgia girl, Georgia girl. Guess I'm a roamer, searching for a song to call me home. Oh, but who needs roots if you've got wings? If the past has taught me anything, I'm a North Carolina, New York, Ohio, Florida, California, Georgia girl. I'm an east of Atlanta, west of Savannah, way across Athens, Georgia girl, Georgia girl.
trying to think of who else I can represent while I was here. I'm going to do one of my dad's songs. He is a songwriter. He's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, Country Music Hall of Fame. He's in the Smithsonian as a great American folk songwriter, which he would argue about that. But his name is Merle Travis, and I'm going to do one of his songs. This is the kind of copyright that when we write something, we all hope can turn out like this, because I promise you, you guys know this song. Well, some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bone. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me? 'Cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble, my middle names. I was raised in a canebrake by an old mama line. There ain't no high-tone woman make me walk the line. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me? 'Cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Well, I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel, walked down to the mine. I loaded 16 tons, the number 9 coal. The straw boss said, well, bless your soul, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. We're not done yet. Well, if you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, and a lot of men died. I got one fist of iron, the other is steel. If my right one don't get you, well, my left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me? It's a folk song. I'm gonna go. I owe my soul to the company store. Okay, gang, you've been singing. You're full of energy. Sing it one time. All together. Here we go. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Yeah, that's it. Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me? Song's older than I am. They know the words. Yeah, that's great. 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. 'Cause I owe my soul to the company store. $16.
All right, y'all. Hey, you know what?
What?
That song's pretty good. You should see. Do you know anyone? Maybe you can get that to Florida Georgia Line, because that's a pretty good song.
Yeah, you know. Things
You never know. Stuff happens.
This thing's about 75 years old now, I think, and it's still getting cut. Leanne Rhymes just cut it.
Really?
She had a brass section with it. She did it kind of like
Like New Orleans
campy sort of fever. You know, all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, that guest chair is begging for a guest. So I would like to bring somebody else up that C.J. Watson loved very dearly and considered a protege. And she's flown in all the way from Austin, Texas to be here with us tonight for this. So y'all give it up for Genesis Screen.
going to switch over that DI from the guest guitar. All right. Okay, hello everybody. Thank you, Elizabeth and Tom, for lightening the mood. Danny, did you have to bring it in with the most heartbreaking one of all of them?
I've got more.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time. Thank you so much for playing that. Since y'all wrote that, it's been so close to my heart. So it's wonderful to hear it. I'm gonna start us off. You got the bass back there?
I hear it.
There it is. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do You Played Me. Because Danny here and CJ Watson wrote that, and I got the pleasure of playing it in the trio that CJ and I formed for about 4 years. We rocked this song, and it was so much fun. I remember it's a lot of words, and I've been fighting back tears, so we'll see how my breath work goes. But here we go.
I got your back.
Thanks, Danny. He said, come on, make a little music with me. Sichuan jazz, it was hot and sweet. I thought a duet was what you meant, and out to you, I'm just an instrument. A little naughty, but you were so nice. Now it's vice versa, heavy on the vice. My heart and my mind are two dueling pianos, out of key, out of time. Because man, oh man, oh, you played me like Nero's fiddle, slipped into my heart, lit a fire in the middle and played me while I burned like Rome. Then you slid right out like a slide trombone, and you played me. You played me heaven, the sun and the moon, just like an angel till you changed your tune. You played so hard I should have been warned. Only the devil's that good with horns, and it was Texas Hold'em. Boy, you can bluff. You had me going all in on love. You're such a god, you're so debonair. Now I'm broke, heartbroken, playing solitaire. Cause you played me like a Nero's fiddle, slipped into my heart, lit a fire in the middle and played me while I burned like Rome. Then my heart beat my ribs like a xylophone. Cause you played me. I'll be laughing as karma runs over your dogma someday, when the one that you love walks away and the music fades, and it's your turn to say you played me. Oh, you played me. Oh, you played me. You played me like a Nero's fiddle, slipped into my heart, lit a fire in the middle and played me while I burned like Rome. Then you slid right out like a slide trombone, and you played me. Da-da-da-da. You ready, Danny? The wheat didn't skip by, but couldn't do it. You played me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And this is great, y'all. She flew all the way up here from Austin tonight, so we're going to let her have another song.
Thank you so much for that.
I don't think anybody will mind that a bit.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for putting all of this together. Thank you, Danny, for hopping in. That mouth trumpet is my favorite. Such an inspiration. All right.
Did CJ have anything to do with you taking up
So
bass?
there was a person that pushed me to it first. I'll give her credit. My neighbor growing up, Rachel, said, you need to buy a bass. Female bass players will always worked. I did. I loved it for about a month, as any 14-year-old does, and then it sat in the corner gathering dust. And then I met CJ. We started writing. We formed the trio. He said, you got to pick that bass back up. And so I did, and
Yeah,
it's been in
boy,
my
you
hands for
have
about
a
7 years
wonderful
now.
touch on that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So speaking of CJ, this next song is very special, and it's very fitting for the occasion. He likes to tell it like this. So I wrote the beginning of the song when Genesis was 4. And for about 11 years, I waited for the right co-writer to come along. And then, Jen, when I met you, I realized I'd met the right one. So CJ wrote the beginning of this and this idea and sat on it for 11 years, and he met me and said, you know what, let's do this. Let's finish this song. And so we did, and it's one of my favorite songs of all time. This is called You Leave a Mark. Or this is called Leave a Mark, not You Leave a Mark, but you did leave a mark. Time leaves only ash and dust. I should have known not to entrust my heart to a vow that was made in the dark. Eyes closed, I was so naive. Fools find it a breeze to believe they're smart. And I was your fool from the start. This one's gonna leave a mark. Band-aids, makeup, nothing can disguise these bruises left upon my heart. This mask I wear don't even start to hide the teardrops coming from my eyes. I know time's gonna heal this wound, but I don't see that happening soon. It's hard, and it's just getting harder so far. But I trust in the hands of clocks. But even when the bleeding stops, my heart will carry a permanent scar. This one's gonna leave a mark. Oh, and we bounce good and bad and dry, yeah. And they bound dead and die. I didn't did it die, yeah. Time leaves only ash and dust. I should have known not to entrust my heart to a vow that was made in the dark. This one's gonna leave a mark. This one's gonna leave a mark. This one's gonna leave a mark.
Genesis
Thank you very much. Love you, CJ. Thank you guys for having me tonight.
Wow.
I'm going to attempt to do a song that I have never done out before. I probably actually have a couple of those tonight that CJ and I wrote with the third part of the trio, Courtney Riovich.
Yeah.
And so I need you guys to help me out tonight because it's missing CJ's part and it's vital. And so Genesis is going to grab one of his parts because this is a multi-part song. And so, let me see here.
One of my parts.
Okay, but I am a girl and I don't sing this slow, but I'm gonna try to teach you this part. But it's super low. It goes. Yeah. Agape, 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 agape. Can you guys do that for me? Yeah, just kind of sing.
I'll help you
let
guys.
I'll
lead
cue
it in.
you in and let you know when your part comes in. Yeah, yeah. Are there singers in here? Maybe some. I know there's some.
There has to be
There's
some.
one here. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. All right, here we go. Tell me why I search and I pray for peace, but when it's within my reach, I don't practice what I preach. Whoa, what if I was able to think that we don't have to be enemies just 'cause we disagree? I hope the day will come. Agape, agape. Whoa, we will be as one. Agape, agape, agape. Tell me why should any child be poor when I have enough and more? What am I waiting for? Whoa, what if I looked in my heart and found I could be reaching out instead of just looking down? Take somebody's hand.
Take somebody's
Agape, agape.
Is no
Whoa, there
better
is no better than
Take somebody's
agape, agape, agape. Tell me why, as long as I'm still on top, I say that it's not my job. It must be the will of God. Whoa, what if I found out it isn't true? What if God wants me to love you like He would do? Shako to love you, man. Agape, agape. Here we go. Agape, 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 I hope the day will come.
Take somebody's
Agape, agape.
Is no
Whoa, there
better
is no better than
Take somebody's
agape, agape, agape.
Is no better
Take somebody's hand.
Take Thank you guys so much for having me up here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Genesis.
Am I good to unplug? Thank you.
So yeah, Tom, CJ did surround himself with beautiful, amazing women, and none more beautiful and amazing than his lovely soulmate at table 15, the love of his life, Kristen Orr. And she's here tonight with her family and CJ's family, and I'm so glad that we could do this. Do you all feel like you're getting to know CJ a little bit better through his music and through the people that loved him? I hope so, because there were a lot. You know, this room can't contain it. So Tom mentioned a song before called Cross-Dressing for Christmas, and that just happened to be one of the writers on that song was my songwriting soulmate, Mr. Robert K. Wolf, who
How's Rob doing?
Rob is hanging in there. Rob is ill.
Tough guy, boy.
He is tough as nails. So I have written with Rob at least once a week for the last 5, 6, 7 years, and love him a lot. And I only bring him up because I'm going to do a song that we wrote together that reminds me of CJ, and I almost feel like CJ could be a writer on this song, because one of the things that I always admired about...
Mike's Hard Lemonade, or...
Can we get this drink order? I'm telling a touching story here. Touching, moving, emotional story.
Oh, okay.
Just give him a margarita.
Yeah, give me one of those.
All right. Anybody else? Y'all doing good over there? Good,
Well, I've
good.
been trying since before we started.
I know.
I didn't mean to jump in.
We're good.
You didn't?
Where was I? So, one of the things I admired about CJ was he didn't chase the radio down. You know, he was a weird songwriter. You know, and I mean that in a good, loving way, because he was fearless and bold, and he wrote about what the hell he wanted to write about. And the songs were incredible because of it, because he didn't sit here and say, well, would Florida Georgia Line cut this? Because I don't know if we should bother writing this hook. So that's a lesson we all can learn in this room. And it's one of the things I love about Rob Wolf, too, is because we get in there and just write whatever the hell we want and have a good time. And this is one of those songs that's a little weird, but send it out. Bad women, bad love, bad whiskey, bad drugs, bad company in the drunk tank, sobering up. Bad luck is the only luck sticking around. A little good would do me good right now. Bad choices, bad checks, bounced off my bad ex, who sailed away with my bass boat and my bad best friend. Bad directions that get me to nowhere but down. A little good would do me good right now. I need a good change of plans, a good don't give a good damn. Be a good time to find myself back in good hands. Looking up into blue eyes, long hair hanging down. A little good would do me good right now. This be a good time for a brush solo. Or some mouth trumpet, I don't know.
Take it, Danny.
There we go. Yeah. I need a good change of plans, a good don't give a good damn. It'd be a good time to find myself back in good hands. It's funny, y'all. Bad singers, bad songs, reminding me of bad memories that rattle me to my bad bones. I'm down, but it's bound to get better somehow. A little good would do me good right now. I'm gonna head to the beach if it's all headed south. A little good would do me good right now. A little good would do me good right now. Danny Carroll on the mouth trumpet. That was badass. Thank you.
I was wondering if I should do one of my songs or if I should do one of CJ's. I do that. Is it time for it? I was hoping to get a shot of that tequila before I sang that down. I got to tell you the story of this. About 15 years ago or so, CJ says, "Hey, Bresh, I got a song I want you to hear." I said, "Oh, cool." I always like to hear his songs, you know. And he
Yeah, right.
played this song for me. I listened to it. I said, "Yeah, man, that's cute." Wrong thing to say. He looked at me. Cute. That's all they said. Didn't bring up anything else. And then I didn't mean anything by that. And it was about another 12, 13 years later, I was doing a project with David Norris. And David, talking about producing and all that, he says, "You know CJ, don't you?" I said, "Yeah." "Did you ever hear his song, Coupe de Ville?" I said, yeah, that's a cool song." He said, "If I was producing you, that would be a deal breaker if you wouldn't do that. That's such a marriage, you two, you and that song." I said, "What? Me and that song?" "No, don't do it like CJ did it. Do it like you would do it. You need to try that, Bresh, really." So I got home, got on the computer, and I messaged CJ. I said, "Hey, you got a copy of Coupe de Ville?" And it wasn't 20 seconds, 15 seconds. I got this message right back. "It's about time." Typical CJ humor. God, so and about another 2 minutes, I had an MP3 came in. And I listened to this thing, and I was just thinking how I would do it. And I thought, how the hell, where was my head at when I heard this the first time? You know, I mean, that happens sometimes. This song is so perfect for me. And CJ says, "Do it your way. Don't do anything like my demo." He says, "Do that picking stuff and sing the damn thing. Tell the story." So I thought, well, okay. Well, I headed out of L.A. on a Sunday in a brand new car. I thought a week back in Nashville ought to make me a country western star. I was living in a cheap hotel. My first audition didn't go so well, and the desk clerk wasn't impressed when my last check bounced just like the rest. I got myself a new address. I was living in Coupe de Ville, the only city in the world on wheels, smallest town that you'll ever see. 'Cause the only population's me, oh Lord, you ought to see this view I've got of the Waffle House parking lot. Until I find a way to pay my bill, I'm living in Coupe de Ville. I was going door to door, hitting all the record companies. Went to Universal, Capitol, Warner Brothers, Sony, and Mercury. About my 27th time around, the secretary took me into Mr. Brown. And when my recital was done, he said, let's do a little business, son. Oh, by the way, now where you from? Said, I'm living in Coupe de Ville, the only city in the world on wheels, smallest town that you'll ever see. Cause the only population's me, oh Lord, you ought to see this view I've got of the floor of my parking lot. Till I find a way to pay my bills, I'm living in Coupe de Ville. Well, he started grinning, I could see the wheels spinning when he thought about the place I live. So he put me on tour and made damn sure I say every single ville there is. I've been to Nashville, Cookville, Brownville, Greenville, Louisville, Jacksonville, Johnsonville, Danville, Clarksville, Crossville, Evansville, Gainesville, Waterville, Hooterville. I'm still living in Coupe de Ville, only city in the world on wheels, smallest town that you'll ever see. Just the boys and the band and me. Oh Lord, the back seat's got a couple bunks, and there's a drummer living in my trunk. Till I find a way to pay my bill, I'm living in Coopeville. Don't guess that we ever will get out of this Coopeville. That a cool song? Wow. Thank you. There you go, CJ.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah. All right. That guest chair needs a butt in it.
Oh. To bring
Yeah,
up another.
a butt and ass. He's been called a lot of things. But I would like to introduce this guy as CJ did introduce me to quite a lot of people, and one of the first people he introduced me to was this young man over here named Mr. Kirk Myer.
Yeah.
I met him also about 15 years ago, and he was living in Nashville in a little apartment while his family and lovely wife were still living in North Carolina, and he was just making a go of it. And I went over there to write with him the first time, and he made me breakfast. And I thought that was pretty cool,
And
you
you
know?
didn't even have to spend the night.
I know. I thought, I had just started co-writing at that point. We're talking a long time ago. And I thought, this is great. You come up here to write and, you get breakfast. And I've never, ever gotten breakfast since, so. But I'm very pleased to introduce Kirk Myer, about to perform one of my very favorite C.J. Watson songs.
Can I get a capo?
Yes, you may. You pass that down.
Tommy Emmanuel chord selector, I like to call it.
You're just mad because you don't have to use one. Charles Dickens walks into a bar and orders a martini. I hope I don't screw this up. And the bartender says, olive or twist? I'm at Zany's for an artist in residency in October.
The best joke I heard since I moved to Nashville, a baby seal walks into a club. I'm sorry.
That's horrible. It's funny.
Thanks for letting me use your guitar, Danny. It's always an adventure playing somebody else's guitar. It's kind of like kissing somebody else's girlfriend or riding their motorcycle or something. But I moved to town in 2003, and wasn't in town a week, and I ended up at a party at Blue Desert Publishing, which was on the top floor of the United Artists Tower that used to be on Music Row. It might still be there. I don't even know. Okay. But got late at night, we're trading songs and all that kind of stuff, and it got late, and there was like 6 people left in the room. And I started talking about this song idea I had, and 3 of the people were looking at me like I was some kind of nut. And I am, so it doesn't really make any difference. But CJ and a guy named Al DeTrolio said, "We'll write that song with you." And I said, "Okay." And it took 6 months before we got around to doing it, and I had to threaten to write it myself before they wrote it with me. Anyway, this was the first song I ever wrote with CJ. I wrote several with him, and I think it was one of his signature songs. I know it's one of my signature songs, and there's a couple of people playing this song around the country, so it goes like this. I found Jesus in the fall of '99. He was living with a Mexican in the trailer next to mine. I got down on my knees. He walked right up to me and licked my face. And old Pablo said he likes you, so I guess that you're okay. I said, "What's his name?" "That's my dog, Jesus." Now before you get all mad, there's lots of reasons why he's got a name like that. He's a shepherd and a good one. He's man's best friend and then some. He loves me and forgives me no matter what I do. He's the kind of friend who'd give his life for you. That's my dog, Jesus. I found Jesus on my porch at 4 a.m. I couldn't stand to hear him crying. I got up to let him in. That's when I saw the light from the trailer next to mine burning down. And by sunrise, Shady Acres was a patch of smoke and ground. And Jesus, he was nowhere to be found. 12 people searched the rubble, calling out his name. The firemen must have thought we all were crazy. But like the rest I knew, I could have perished in those flames, and I would have to accept that Jesus saved me. I found Jesus 'cause of what that dog showed me. And I was baptized 3 days later in a church right down the street. My sins were washed away. I was crying as I prayed, but through my tears I heard that preacher saying, "Hey, who brought that dog in here?" And Pablo, he answered loud and clear, "That's my dog, Jesus." Now before you get all mad, there's lots of reasons why he's got a name like that. He's a shepherd and a good one. He's man's best friend and then some. He loves me and forgives me no matter what I do. He's the kind of friend who'd give his life for you. That's my dog, Jesus. That's my dog, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Kirk Myer. Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you.
I always had this dream of, and I don't know if I ever achieved it, I don't think I did, of writing as many songs with CJ as he did with Al.
Yeah, no, they were.
Yeah, but CJ and I got in this groove of, and I'm so glad that we did, because we were writing, and then we weren't recording anything. And we're like, we need to record these, because what's the point of writing them if you don't record them? So we got into the groove of, we would write like 2.5, and then we would record 2. Not the half, but we would record 2, and so I lost my voice last year for about 8 months, and I almost think it was a God thing, as I've been thinking about it. So a lot of times the songs that we wrote, CJ I got a lot of recordings of him singing on it because I couldn't sing. And so hopefully at some point, Kristen, we can do some kind of something with that, which would be really cool. Because I think what we got is pretty magical. So this song has nothing to do with that, but it is something that I wrote with CJ. And we played here in January, and that was the last time we played here. And Genesis sat here, and Mindy. Yeah, except he was where Tom was sitting. So, and that's where this picture, I believe, was taken. Right there. And this was the first time we went back through a bunch of our old catalog, and we're like, oh, this song is pretty cool. So, I admit that I've been once bitten twice. My good nature's been abused. This Georgia peach is slightly bruised, and I would not go there again. Not if you paid me. It's not that I have given up all hope. Give me your best line. I'll give you just enough rope to hang yourself if you don't persuade me. You know the talk is cheap, and you're not persuading me with those sweet words from your lips. My love can't be bought, so if money's all you've got, my heart will remain unconvinced. Oh, give me time. Give me lots and lots of time. If you give me yours, I'll give you some of mine, and eventually you might persuade me. My heart's not immune, oh, to the thought of you, but it wants to, yes it does. Oh, but it couldn't stand to be broken again. This time, it's got to be love. If love is what it is, let's not let it go to waste. Give it just one kiss, just one little taste, if that's what it takes to make you chase me. Yeah, that's what I'll do to make you do, persuade me. Oh, persuade me. Oh, yes, you must.
A, I'm glad you dusted that one off. And B, damn girl, you got your voice back in a big way.
Well,
Man.
you know what's funny is during the memorial, I swear, I'm like, I don't know what's going on with my voice, but I completely lost it for about a week. I don't know if you remember. Yeah. I just couldn't sing at all. But I'm still trying to get it back. Still coming back.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys something, and I'm going to read something. So, CJ helped more people in this town than I can even count. He was always positive, always smiling, always a fan first, you know, just a music lover and a song lover and a good man. And he left us too soon, and, you know, it's going to take all of us a long time to get over that. But I'm hoping you guys will consider doing something for CJ tonight. I'm going to ask, and this is just something I hope, no pressure, and if you want to do it, please do it. I'm going to ask my friend Matthew over here to come around with a basket. We're trying to collect some donations towards CJ's final expenses. He left suddenly, and there wasn't any time to plan, and left his lovely Kristen in kind of a jam, and we're trying to help with that. And if you guys would consider digging in a little bit for that. But there's another reason. Because I've just found out today, and Kristen told me this wonderful news, and I got to find this, I'm sorry, that there's going to be a scholarship set up in CJ's name for aspiring songwriters. And I'll just read this from Cherie Spoltori that some of you guys know. The Global Songwriters Connection, in partnership with the Frank Brown Songwriters Festival Song Contest, is honored to announce that the Frank Brown Song Contest first place winners' prizes will be given in memory and in the name of C.J. Watson. In addition, Global Songwriters Connection is also honored to be presenting and providing to the Frank Brown Songwriters Festival a Frank Brown and C.J. Watson Youth Songwriters Education Scholarship to support aspiring songwriters. Lou and Cherie regret they are unable to attend tonight due to personal family needs. However, they and the Global Songwriters Connection are committed to keeping the name of C.J. Watson remembered for generations to come.
Yeah.
Just gonna jump into it. Someone's drinking whiskey tonight, alone in a corner booth under a buzzing neon light. He won't even touch the chaser. He needs that burn to erase her from his mind. Someone's drinking whiskey tonight, someone's wrapped in satin sheets right now. She's laying her pretty head down on a cotton candy cloud, and she sleeps the sleep of the just, dreaming sweet dreams, and it just ain't right. While someone's drinking whiskey tonight, and he's slamming those shots, but he can't forget every last word that he never said, while the demons in his head shriek ever louder. Yeah, she's moving on now, and he's looking back through the bottom of an empty glass. That's a window to the world, he'll walk without her. Oh, someone's drinking whiskey tonight. someone's drinking whiskey tonight. 10 years sober gone, but you can't say he didn't fight. Yeah, that chip's still in his pocket, but only her love could stop this downhill slide. Oh, someone's drinking whiskey tonight. And he's slamming those shots, but he can't forget every last word that he never said, while the demons in his head shriek ever louder. Yeah, she's moving on now. He's looking back through the bottom of an empty glass. That's a window to the world. He'll walk without her. Oh, someone's drinking whiskey tonight. Oh, someone's drinking whiskey. Alone in a corner booth. Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Well, I'm going to play a song of mine that I wrote. I made it up. That makes me the writer, I guess. Song that CJ always, when you come in, he say, hey, play that thing. So I wrote this about a buddy of mine named Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed talks loud at you like this, see? It's really neat. Anyway, I'm going to do this song I wrote for Jerry. It's got a clever damn title. It's called Reed, R-E-E-D, Between the Strings. Hold your applause. I know that's clever. How you doing back there? I feel horrible having my back to everybody. Let me get my Jerry Reed thing going. Come on, son. Well, it was 1960-something when I first became a fan. Yeah, Elvis sang that drawn-out story about a funky kind of guitar man. Blown away from that day, it was more than I could stand. Who's picking that for the king? Who's making that guitar ring? When he took his break, there was no mistake, it was Reed between the strings. Well, it wasn't long till I heard this song about a man that they called Amos. Took my money to the record store, gonna help the dude get famous. Well, there was no doubt I'd wear it out. Had to learn every lick. Yeah, I love to hear him sing. But the guitar always brings that unmistakability of Reed between the strings. He would play. Sing a while, then I'd smile and wait for him to say, son, yeah. Well, now, bandits, you got the mirrors on. Saw that driver say he was 20 feet high on the silver screen, and they come a long, long way. When the theme song came along, my head began to sway. I got to hear my buddy sing, see him do his movie thing. I was eastbound and getting down with Reed between the strings. He would play. Sing a while, then I'd smile, wait for him to say, son. Well, now, when you hot, you're hot, and the wonders never cease. And when you're not, you're not. Well, you might as well rest in peace. But it ain't true, I'm telling you, will always be around, just like Rembrandt with his paints and the legends of Mark Twain. Stories told with heart and soul, just read between the strings. I'll butcher Jerry Reed's song for you now. My Noki Edwards lick. Sure, what's up, man? Son. Thank you.
I am dizzy from watching you. All right. Well, let's put somebody in that guest chair. I'd like to introduce somebody who is a good friend of CJ's and has quite the musical pedigree, has played with everybody, and then some. Mr. Jeff Gilkinson.
Oh, Jeffrey!
I want to say,
Yeah.
okay, so CJ used to run a lot of songwriter nights in Nashville, a lot of them, and one of my favorites, probably my favorite, and most of y'all will laugh, was the one that was downstairs at Anthony's strip club, the Boom Boom Room, Cocktails. It was a place, it was a strip club off the interstate. And there was a little, inexplicably, there was a little bar underneath the strip club. It was just a bar. It was just a bar. There was no nookie going on, nothing weird. And CJ had a night there. I think Reese, well, as far as I know, nothing ever happened. I never got anything going on down there. But so, you know, CJ had a night. I think Reese Wilson had a night. Who knows? There was a lot going on down there at Anthony's Boom Boom Room down at Cocktails. And I think a long time ago, I think possibly the first time I saw you might have been there, okay, playing a cello with these nice, beautiful, long flowing licks, and then there'd be a pregnant pause of just, and then boom, 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 boom. You just hear him sliding down the pole up there.
I've tried to incorporate that into my music as much as possible since.
So
Yeah, as a preface, that time in that room was the time that CJ, I was a performer of accomplished singer-songwriters for years in LA and New York and here. But I never paid much attention to my songs. And CJ just insisted that that stop. And it was in that room that he was able to bring out in me something that about singing and writing for voice and cello, which is the legacy that I have now, whatever that means. Flowing Mountain Stream was written by Doug Haywood. Doug Haywood was the fellow that brought me into the music business, talked me into leaving a journalism career and going to LA and playing music full time. He worked for 20 years with Jackson Browne and is a brilliant songwriter. And Flowing Mountain Stream is a song that CJ and I played many, many times. So if CJ were here now with us, here now with me, this is what he would expect. Hard words for hard times. I am a flowing mountain stream, unquestioned here on high, and rolling mountains masking my cold answer to the sky. She feeds me wind and water, which are tears that she must cry, to know that I will flow into the ocean when I die. Oh, looking back, I have more to see each day as I roll on. My treasure rolls and flows with every mile that I have gone. She spreads me out and slows me down and warms me with the sun. Who knows I was a mountain stream before this river won. Goodbye, CJ.
Thank you, Jeff. I know we're kind of winding down here, but if y'all have anything left in your glass, can I just raise a glass and say a toast to a friend to every songwriter that he ever knew, and even some that he didn't, C.J. Watson. All right. So, do you want to? I think we're getting down to.
Okay, this is the last song that we wrote together. Obviously, I've never played it out before, but I really wanted to play it tonight. I just hope I can remember the lyric. La Cienega was a place where we could stay, a shelter in this dry and dusty land. And love was a river somewhere south of Santa Fe, whose bed was longer than the Rio Grande. Two young thirsty lovers, tell me, did we drink too much? When spring turned into summer, the river just dried up. Maybe if we took a left at Albuquerque, would it turn out any different? I don't know. They say the past is like a foreign country, but these days I have to say it feels like home. And I miss the old New Mexico. Now I awaken from the dream we might have shared, and wish that I could fall asleep again. The past is perfect, let the future find me there, looking forward to what might have been. Maybe if we took a left at Albuquerque, would it turn out any different? I don't know. They say the past is like a foreign country, but these days I have to say it feels like home. And I miss the old New Mexico. Drive the same old places, drive the same old roads, change the station every 100 miles or so. And I miss the old New Mexico. The old New Mexico.
Danny Carroll. Beautiful. Okay, I think we just got time for a couple more, so I'm going to do one, and I'm going to let Tom finish this out on a high note. Because I want to thank you all, and my first thought was to kind of apologize in a way for this is a sad night, and maybe a lot of the tourists that are coming in, they don't know what they're going to get. But then I realized, you know what? You come to Nashville, if you want to hear a bunch of good time, honky-tonkin' kind of music, you go down to Lower Broadway, you go to Layla's, you go to Roberts, you go to Acme, and you have a Tootsie's, and you go to have a good time. When you come in this room, this is real in here. This is where songwriters come to do what we do. And it isn't always pretty, it isn't always beautiful, and sometimes it is that just real rawness of it that makes it beautiful. And I thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight to share this, because CJ loved this place. CJ loved this room. I came here with him so many times and was introduced to beautiful songwriters and people through this room, which it's just a special place. And I thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight. I want to thank all of our performers tonight. Tom, God, I love you so much. Thank you for being here and being part of this. And Danny, thank you. Thank you. I know how hard this was for you because, CJ being your best friend. And I thank you for being here and being strong and sounding so beautiful. And to our lovely, lovely guests, Nancy Prescott and Nancy Prescott, come on, and Genesis Green and Kurt Myer and Jeff Gilkinson. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you. I want to thank David for running wonderful sound and all of our lovely Bluebird staff. You guys are always the best, and I hope you guys took care of them because they work real hard. And thank you for your generosity tonight for supporting this C.J. Watson Scholarship Fund, which is going to make a difference in the lives of a lot of young songwriters, because I remember being 11 or 12 or 13 years old, and my guitar was my only friend. And I sat in a room and I wrote songs, and I had no idea what I could do with them. I had no idea that it was for anything but for me. And this town, it's just a special place. And to know that a scholarship fund is going to be established to help those 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds sitting in their room that don't even know, what talent they have, and that they can make a difference in the world with their songs. It means a lot, and I thank you all so much. One last thing, I don't know if any of the performers tonight have any merchandise or CDs for sale. I do have a CD for sale, and I only bring this up. I'm very proud of the CD, but I just want to let you guys know that for any CD that you purchase, 100% of the proceeds are going in the basket. So thank you so much. I'm going to play a song that it's a few years old. I end almost every show with it, and it was a song that CJ actually liked very much, and I would like to play that now. It's something I believe, and we'll see where it goes. Never again. Is that what you said? Then he got to you with the wine and the roses and the sweet talk. All that poetry you wrote, that charlatan stole your heart by the book. Then there you are, sitting in your car, lying in wait like a hired gun to see if he comes home alone. He's moved on. Tell me, where does that leave you. I know it's hard, but you gotta let go. You don't ever see it coming when that golden road leads to a bitter end. So burn those pictures, break some dishes, curse the day you met, and when you're done, love on, love on. It's after 3 again. Girl, get out of bed. I'll shake it off, 'cause it ain't pretty all you're wallowing. You need to get busy, think about yourself, just forget about him. Turn to stone and the devil wins. You don't ever see it coming when that golden road leads to a bitter end. So burn those pictures, break some dishes, curse the day you met, and when you're done, love on, love on. It's your world, but it won't wait too long. There's no time like now to get back on. Or you won't ever see it coming when that golden road leads to the rainbow's end. No regrets now, catch your breath and cherish the day you meet the one. Love on, love on. Thank you. That's it. Well, thank you guys so much. Also, I just thought of something. If you, this is just up to you. If you put something in the basket, you know, come see me and I'll give you a CD. I want you to have it. Thank you so much, guys, for this special night, making and being a part of it. We love you all. Hope you enjoy the rest of your time in Nashville, and see us again soon.
BD TV.